Well, going back to office jobs is a no for me.
Mm-hmm.
Before I ventured into this Uber business, I actually did my research, and I must say I'll be comfortable, or rather I'm comfortable with what Uber has to pay. When it comes to Uber ni kujituma, you're not limited. You know, when it comes to a salary, you're limited.
Yes.
Every month, you know, this is what I'm getting at the end of the month. But when it comes to Biashara or Uber, it's actually you to decide how much you want to make in a month. You understand? Hi everyone, my name is Viviane from Nairobi, Kenya. My background is in office administration, but I recently ventured into the taxi business, Uber driving, for the last 2 months.
Thank you very much, Viviane. And thank you very much for being a guest to our channel. So, always I like asking this question.
Okay.
How did you find yourself into taxi driving? What were you doing before?
Okay.
And what happened so that you thought taxi could be an alternative for you to become a driver?
Okay, as I mentioned earlier, I was working as an administrative assistant. And there's a job I'd applied for, but it hasn't come through to now. So I decided, instead of just sitting at home, let me venture into something else like Uber, because I love driving, and that's where I am today.
Thank you very much for that.
Thank you.
You have said that you joined Uber recently.
Yes.
So for how long have you been doing this business?
2 months now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and how is it taking you?
Well, Uber has its challenges. Yeah, I must say it has its challenges, but so far I'm loving it, I'm enjoying it. The only issue I'm having right now is I'm actually currently working with a partner. It's a fleet company, but they're asking for too much, 2,000 per day, which I feel is a bit on the higher side. For me, I mean, I'm a single mom, and I have bills to pay, I have kids to take care of, so 2,000 is a bit on the higher side. So I'd like to, work with an individual, someone who's going to ask for something a bit lower than that, to enable me take care of other things here and there.
All right.
Yeah.
So I think you had also mentioned to me something about what you used to do before you came into this industry.
Yes.
So maybe you can give us a little background on, the opportunity that you are promised in Portugal before we get into the nitty-gritties of how Uber is taking you.
Okay.
Because it was a very common story among young people nowadays.
Yeah.
Maybe you are promised an opportunity abroad and all of a sudden you resign before you sign all the papers and the opportunity disappears. So maybe a brief background about that.
Okay.
Then we get now into how Uber is taking you, your experience with that fleet management company for the 2 months you have been there, and maybe what you are looking forward to in the coming months.
All right. As I had mentioned earlier, I'm an office administrative consultant. So I was working at a certain company as an administrative consultant, but I got, one of my former colleagues called me and promised me a job in a very, very big company in Europe. And we went through the entire process, did all the interviews, and I was actually promised that I'd gotten the job. So what did I do? I decided to resign from the other side, and hoping to, start this other job that was like 2 months ago, right? Then, I don't know, something just happened from the blues. I was told, unfortunately, things have changed. We're not able to take you on board at the moment. If you can wait until next year, well and good. If not, then we'll just keep your papers. In case anything else comes up, then we'll let you know. Of course, I couldn't go back to the previous employer, so I had to look for a way of survival. That's when I decided to utilize my skills in driving, and I approached this fleet company. They got me on board, and that's the story. So that's where I am today.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that is very, very inspiring.
Yeah.
Nowadays people complain for nothing. Once they lose an opportunity, they just stay at home. But for you, you have decided, not to sit down and complain.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you got into this taxi business, how did it take you, first of all, as a lady, and given that your target per day is 2,000?
Yeah.
Like, how much do you collect per day for you to afford to pay that fleet management company 2,000 shillings? And how much do you have at the end of the day left in your pocket?
Okay, well, with Uber business, you have to pay Uber, the company. you have to pay your partner. In this case, that is the fleet management company I've been working for. And you also have to fuel. And at the same time, you have to keep something for yourself. So at the end of the day, you'll find that sometimes I'm not even able to keep much for myself. After paying Uber, after paying fuel, after paying my partner, I'm like, literally sometimes I'm even left with 500 shillings. So you ask yourself, really, 500 shillings, how can I survive with that? So I decided, let me try and see if I can work with an individual, someone who can give me something, who can take something less than the 2,000 and allow me at least also to get something, to take something home. But generally, it's been a good experience. At least I get to manage myself. Let me say ni kujituma. When it comes to Uber, it's your BD, it's your hard work. How early do you wake up? How late do you close? You know, as in, what do you do in between? Do you just sit and relax, or you're out there, you know, looking for biashara? So that's where I am right now, and I believe it's all gonna be okay. It's just been 2 months. I believe in the next month or so, things will, you know, be better. Yeah.
Yeah. So I imagine, being that you are a lady, and maybe definitely with some children or a child, how has it been for you to, you know, to deliver the 2,000 to the fleet company, and how much hours does it take you to drive? Because I also thought it is important, you know, as we discuss here on how to support you to get another car that offers you better conditions. You know, what does it take for a lady like you, who is a mother, to look for 2,000 for a partner?
Well, sometimes we have to wake up, let me say most times we have to wake up very early. Yeah, because I'm not just working for me. I have the Uber to sort, I have the fuel, and I have my partner to sort. So it takes waking up very early. It takes being disciplined, you know, not just moving around and not making anything. You make sure that wherever you're moving to, it's giving you money. It's been a challenge. Sometimes I'm forced to work till late in order to be able to meet all this. What do you call it? To pay the Uber, to pay my partner. So it's quite challenging, but at the same time, it's okay. Yeah.
So I know I have so many friends here who watch my channel. And definitely I know someone can even buy a car to give you. So right now that we know that these fleet management companies, they ask for too much money because they need to pay the owner of the car and also keep that something for themselves. So literally, how much money do you think would be feasible, or you would recommend for someone that maybe who gives you their car to drive on daily basis? How much do you think is a reasonable amount?
I think about from individual, not a company. If they take about 1,350 or 1,500, that's okay. But anything over and above that, I think, is a bit on the higher side. It's also on what I'm making for myself. Yeah,
I think what you are saying is completely in line with what a lot of people have mentioned. And the average price, I would say that, you know, drivers give partners is between 1,200 to, you know, to 1,500. But then you have also said that you are a very good office administrator, a very educated lady with very good English. So I am wondering, are you in this industry to stay, or you are just trying?
No, to be honest, I'm here to stay. I've been in the office administrative roles for the longest time. It's time for a change. Yeah, I need that change. I need a different environment. And having tested Uber for the last 2 months, I prefer being there. Yeah, I prefer being there.
Yeah. So maybe I'll also ask you another question that is a bit more confidential. So in your office administration job, like, what was your level of income? And I'm asking this question so that we can set your expectations right, because there are so many people who come into this Uber business without knowing how much they can make from it. So when you start making 30K per month, 50K per month, you are unhappy because your previous job was paying you maybe 300K. So what money were you making there? You can give us maybe an average, and then you tell us, when you are coming on this side of Uber, how much are you expecting to make, so that I can tell you whether, you know, your expectations will be met, or whether you will just be disappointed and start looking to go back to the office.
Well, going back to office jobs is a no for me. Before I ventured into this Uber business, I actually did my research, and I must say I'll be comfortable or rather I'm comfortable with what Uber has to pay, what it has to offer. With regards to my salary as an office administrator, I think that's private.
But you can give us a figure, maybe just something vague in the air to have an idea.
Well, it was something... Well, I was able to take care of my family with
yes.
That.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And from your research, the one you have said, the one you have done for Uber, do you think it can take care of your family needs in terms of bills and everything?
It can. As I had mentioned earlier, when it comes to Uber ni kujituma, you're not limited. You know, when it comes to a salary, you're limited. Yes. Every month, you know, this is what I'm getting at the end of the month. But when it comes to biashara or Uber, it's actually you to decide how much you want to make in a month. You understand? So I'm comfortable on this other side because I can decide. If I want to make more, it's actually up to me. Yeah, so Uber is okay for me.
Yeah, Viviane, I think your story is very inspiring and very sorry for the hard work you have to do for you to pay 2,000 shillings. I know it's not an easy job. I think you have to drive for more than 12 hours to meet that target. But I know we have very good friends in this channel, and I know if they are listening, you will share your contacts so that you can discuss and agree. But I know that for the few moments that we shared exchanging ideas with you, I can say that you are a lady that anyone can trust with their car.
Thank you.
And with your commitment as a person, you know, who has a family to take care of, there is no doubt that, you know, you will be a prudent driver out there. So maybe you can give us your contacts and maybe tell us where you live or maybe something like that, so that people can know more about you and how to reach out to you when they have that opportunity.
All right. I live in South B. Yeah, South B Estate. I'm sure most of you know where South B is. And if you're looking for a reliable driver, someone trustworthy, someone dependable, someone hardworking and dedicated, look no further because I'm right here. My telephone number is 0705 297 510. Should I also give them my email address?
Phone number is enough.
Phone number is good enough. I'm available on WhatsApp and on Kawaida phone call. Yeah,
thank you very much. And I think, you know, someone living in South B is a plus because it's generally is a safe area. And secondly, is an area that attracts a lot of traffic in terms of Uber business. So you will not struggle to, you know, to leave home or to go back home when you are looking for destination trips. So yeah, Viviane, I wish you all the best. And thank you again for being a guest in our channel.
Thank you too.
And we wish you all the best.
Asante, I hope to receive positive feedback.
Yes.
Yeah,
in the meantime, we endelea kuchapa hiyo ya 2,000. We kazana until tupate another option. Na ukipata the next option, we'll still come back here. Uambie the deal yenye ulipata. Na vile sasa itakuchange your life. But now maybe the parting shot. Advise your fellow ladies. We see that driving is more of a masculine business. So what can you tell ladies about this business of taxi driving?
Well, I believe when it comes to kazi, when it comes to work, hakuna kazi ya mwanamume ama mwanamke. Yeah, as long as you have the zeal to do it and you have the, you know, the passion to do it, go for it. And let no one like choose for you. You can do this, because before I started this, I shared this with a few friends of mine, and they're like, no, it's not for you. I was like, why do you think it's not for me? No. First and foremost, it's dangerous. Secondly, it's just not for you. I was like, well, guys, I don't choose what to do. You understand? There's hakuna kazi ya not for you, not for you. If you can get it, and it's a clean job mbele ya macho ya Mungu, go for it. Yeah, but it's an enjoyable thing. You get to meet people, you know, you get to interact with your passengers. It's a good thing.
All right. Thank you very much, Viviane. Wishing you all the best.
Thank you too.
And see you, very shortly with your next story.
Sawa.
Asante.
All right. Thank you.